graduating high school, they tell you, go to college, it'll be easy, you'll do fine, you'll be great, we'll help you with your financial aid situation, don't worry about it. Little did I know, I'm first-generation student. I have no backup, no one to really talk to about my issues. So little by little, I just started meeting other people who were also sharing the same story. People who had to depend on cup of noodles for their meal, or people who had to be couch surfing. Yeah, I'm in debt, you know? What do I do? Where am I gonna work? How am I gonna make ends meet? How am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna make sure I have a roof or food over my head or in my belly, you know?
I was struggling a lot financially. And it was to the point where I was like really not taking care of myself. I was barely getting a meal in. And so I really questioned whether the degree was worth my health, you know? And it was really hard to have my stomach, you know, growling and just like not feeling supported by the university, by other spaces on campus. Agape House was one of the organizations that was, you know, behind the students all the time. Agape House is like very welcoming to begin with. It's very welcoming, very friendly. It's a nice setting. The dinners, like at that time, I was like not eating well. I was hardly getting a meal in, so I was able to come and have a meal here Wednesday nights.
It's an interesting, funky little old house, and it's right in what is becoming the hub of the campus, right across from the Student Union and the Transit Center. So it's an amazing spot to have access to people who are coming and going on this campus, which is mostly commuters. And so being right here where people are coming and going is really a great opportunity to offer hospitality, welcome, and outreach.
I think a lot of people that are on campus, a lot of the young students are missing that home atmosphere. And if you just look around Agape House, it's like going to your parents' house or going to grandma's house. It's a very homey atmosphere. A lot of times there's cooking going on in the kitchen. Other times you might come, there are people taking naps, or there might be group functions going on and people are having fun.
I'm a commuter, so I never lived on campus here at San Diego State University. So I needed a place to kind of land that wasn't the library. I didn't have any connections to any other building or organization that has a building. So as a commuter, especially in the hot summer weather, I needed a place to relax, get some cold water, and maybe just gather my thoughts as to what my next step would be.
It was a wave in my life where I was kind of mostly embraced like Islam. That's who I was, that's who I am. But coming in here, I didn't feel any pressure, even though it was like a Lutheran association, like a Christian association. It wasn't like when I have experienced this in the past, but it wasn't like all right, oh, you're Muslim, cool, that's dope. Now come, like, here, let's get baptized. I was like, what? And I've had a lot of that go on, but it was just open arms, no pressure, just love.
The Agape House really fosters a lot of more interesting and more inclusive conversations about the issues on and off campus, which I really, really appreciate.
We have a lot of different cultures that come in and out of here, and just to be accepting of those people and really just actively listening to what they have to say and what they have to offer too. I think that's very important.
Whatever it is that students are looking for, if you want to just play the piano, we have a piano here. If you want to garden, there's a garden here. You know, so there's so many different ways to explore interests and passions. So I think that's important for students to have.
The majority of my work up to this point has been helping the Agape House take food justice seriously and create a garden out of our backyard that creates organic food for students, teaches how to grow food, and helps make the connection between having food, how we grow it, good stewardship, and what we do here as a community. We've been able to provide fresh produce, organic produce for our weekly meals through that, as well as provide organic produce to some of our community partners when we have an excess of different vegetables that will go out to some of the places that we serve in the community.
The garden is so much fun to use for cooking because I've never really experienced something where I can, see somebody put so much effort into it and then allowing me to go there and take what they have given and use it back to give to other people.
Gardening is really important for a number of reasons. It's a skill that the students can take with them throughout their entire life. Having access to healthy local food is one of the key tools that students can have in their back pocket to combat poverty, combat obesity, combat nutrition. There's just so many levels that it can do for the students individually in terms of health, stability, access, all of that. Gardening also is really central in building community. Being together, working in the garden is a way that people join together in something that they can literally see grow.
Many people grow up and they've never heard of campus ministry, and I think it's time to tell the story. The culture around us in this country is shifting fast as well, and so we, I believe, as church need to be positioned in a deeper engagement with the world, and one of the key ways to do that is on campus, where the interaction of ideas, of global cultures is so rich, and we're meeting people at a time of life that's transformational. People are sorting out vocation and their values and their relationships.
There definitely is an energy about the Agape House that I definitely feel and I can understand and connect with. And I don't know if that's spirituality or spiritual in a sense, but it's just good. It's just a nice place to be. Like, you can feel it when you come in. Something about this place just feels right.
It's an atmosphere where they care about people. It's an ethic of care that happens here at Agape House.
I do feel that a lot of students would benefit from visiting this place because they'll learn more about whether it be gardening or just being in community, which I think is really important, so people don't feel alone.
I really like that it's really opening and welcoming. The fact that I am Catholic, or of Catholic background, I've never felt like I wasn't welcomed. And we actually have a lot of students who aren't Lutheran or Episcopalian. And I really like that it's so open. And I think that as Christians, when people say they love your neighbor and love everyone, I feel like oftentimes that message kind of gets blurred and people don't actually live up to it, but here they do. It's just really welcoming.
There's that garden out back, and this place feels like a garden. It feels like I can put my roots here, but I can also grow upward, and I can grow outward, and I can reach my hands out and take hold of people and bring them along with me, and I can move towards God in a way that is natural and not forced, and it feels like here I have good soil.